we knew this was coming. We're not happy about it. We just want to get on a fun one. But, I mean...
No. Let's just start.
Okay, let's just get into it. So entertaining to watch. Okay, so we're just going to break it down. Basically, we're going to break down the past 3/4 weeks, and then we're really going to talk about the beginning of everything started. We're like, oh my god, All-Stars, I'm so excited. I fucking cried. Yes, there was Franzel at first, and I was like, we knew this was coming. We're not happy about it. We just want to get it over with.
I was honestly looking forward to having Paul back in the house because I wanted to see how he would do with a not dumb cast.
But they are dumb.
But they are dumb.
But
so
we've
like,
realized...
It probably would have been Paul 3.0. It would have been the first 3-time second placer. But
anyways, it would have been actually more interesting than this, though. I'd prefer him to Nicole, F, Cody, and Danny. I would take Paul. I still think he should have beat Nicole, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of him. But I would have taken...
Not the biggest fan of him in season 19. Season 18, I feel like a lot of people liked him in season 18.
I liked him a lot more in 18.
19 was so disappointing.
It's just a lot. It's a lot. So anyways, so they said, hey, here's your All-Stars. And they were like, let's trick you. Let's throw in these backups that make it seem good. Because apparently originally,
they were planning on having somewhat of teams in the house. So like, the teams would have been Tyler and Angela, Paul and Josh, Casey and Tyler, possibly if Angela wasn't able to. Rachel Riley was definitely going to be in, with probably Janelle.
But she was pregnant, so that was never going to happen.
Keisha and Memphis.
2 people that we would have wanted in are pregnant, so what are you going to do? Jessica,
wait, who's the other one?
Jessica.
And Jessica too.
Rachel, honestly.
Jessica, Rachel.
Brittany, I don't think she wanted to come back.
I don't think she would have done well now anyway. I mean, she would have done well socially. She would have
done better with...
She might have been done better than Janelle. Especially since Ian's in the house.
Yeah, probably. It would have been interesting. Would have made much better diary rooms, I'll tell you that. Because she's the queen of diary rooms.
Surprised with the OG picks, such as Enzo, Kevin, Memphis. Keisha, Memphis... Keisha... Janelle and Kaser were the only people from the OG seasons that I was like, okay, this makes sense.
I wasn't totally mad at Memphis, personally. Me neither. And I wasn't, after getting a feel for it, I wasn't totally mad about Enzo either, but...
Kevin,
I was not about it, but then I was excited at the premiere, and then I'm so disappointed. And I'm just like, get the out. He also is now, he's turning kind of on Davon and Bailey, so he might be going out what
soon.
He thinks he's doing. I don't know how many blankets he has, because I've seen him with multiple blankets.
I guess this was a scarf that he just didn't know how to, wear. Because I definitely remember him wearing a yellow scarf on 11.
Listen.
It might be his husband's, I don't know.
I don't care. Like Janelle said, are you 4? Why do you have a blanket? And why are you moping around the house that you wanted to come back into?
Who wears that on eviction night? Like, everyone is dressed in their best, and then got Kevin with a blanket and Enzo in his same gray sweater.
Just disappointments all around, honestly. So basically the cast came out, and it was Keisha, Nicole A., Janelle, Kaser, Davon, Bailey, Christmas, Ian, Danielle Donato, because she doesn't like Danielle, so we don't call her Danny anymore. Memphis, Tyler, Cody, Enzo, David, Kevin, and Franzel.
We don't need to talk about David. So,
anyways,
moving on.
So that's what it turned out to be. And then we started off, and they brought them in small pairs of women and men groups. And they said right away, HOH competition. I'm not always the biggest fan of that. This one liked the idea. We don't think it was fair.
We both ended up not liking it. I liked the idea. When I first heard, they're immediately going in and competing for head of household, and in different groups. It wasn't going to be like however many, 16 go in at once. I liked that they broke it up, but I didn't like the fact, and I don't know if they had control over it, or if it was random and it just happened to be so ridiculous. But they should have... I don't know why it wasn't the same path. If it was just supposed to be interesting for us.
And if they were isolated so that no one could cheat or see who got it.
Why weren't they the same path?
Why were they different?
Equal difficulty instead of making both of the girl groups go all the way to the end of the board, when one, it's way heavier. It's way heavier than it should have been, because everyone looked like they were struggling.
Everyone.
And only 2 girls got to the final round, whereas 4 boys made it to the final HOH, which automatically means one of the boys is gonna most likely take it.
And then so it was just
we have
so,
the Cody
clearly
mishap.
kind of like rigged towards
a
the
guy
men,
winning,
even though they tried to make it seem like it was so
fair
and gonna be like more fair. So it was just overall like, ooh, yeah, I'm not really into that. And then it was sort of like, okay, whatever. And then break down.
Oh,
the BS.
Then
of the real HOH competition.
So Memphis,
not the preliminaries.
Yeah, the final like part of the head of household where Memphis went first, and he honestly did a lot better than I thought. I thought this was going to be like a 5-minute thing, watching some old man Memphis.
Okay, honestly, I thought he was old, but he's only like 36, maybe 38. He's not that old.
Christmas is old.
Christmas is
the oldest one in the house. Oh no, Enzo is. Enzo's like 50.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's...
Because Enzo was like late 30s on 12, so he's definitely 50s.
It's interesting, it's surprising,
but
yeah.
Memphis went first, and
Memphis, I mean,
the pedestals...
Well, I'm not trying to be mean, but Memphis can still get it.
Yeah, the pedestals that weren't stationary were still shaking when Cody went up to...
And it was second right after Memphis.
As small of a detail as that is, it made a huge difference because you know not to step there.
And I'm sorry.
And Julie...
COVID Cody isn't the smartest, but he's not a complete idiot, obviously, and so he saw that.
And also Julie making it a point afterwards, because I'm sure production was like, oh shit, everyone's going to be complaining about that. We need to make sure... Well, you have to keep it fair now, and you have to let everyone else go.
Now they gotta shake.
Because now it's only going to be unfair to Memphis.
But we were just like watching it like, wait, it's still shaking. Are they going to stop it? What are they doing? It's like,
no.
This is like, no, they're going to let it happen.
They're going to let it happen until after, I believe it was Ian who went next, or Nicole A.
Yeah, or
or Christmas.
It was Christmas.
One of them.
No, I don't know. I think it was Ian. But it was a hot mess. So then we find out, okay, cool. Cody's head of household. I'm like... Not the worst. Like in my mind originally, I'm like, not the worst. Definitely not the best. We'll see how this goes. Mm-hmm. So, surprise, surprise. There's a twist. We're like, okay, there's something.
Something, obviously. Obviously, they were going to bring in something like they've done in every season when they have returning players, where the first time they had returning players, I believe, besides like... 3, because I know like Amy came back in the game for 3. That was like a fan vote, but like competing to get back in, or like knowing to like all-stars coming back into the house is what I meant. I believe the first time they did that was with Jesse in season 11, and they immediately made whoever was entering the house HOH, so they're safe the first week, and they
already knew that.
They knew that it was going to be a huge target.
Mm-hmm.
So
they did that
with 13. With 13, they brought in teams, which automatically makes the odds better. And they included the golden key situation, which allowed, if an all-star won, they could either use the golden key to save themselves, or they could use it as an advantage to save someone else. Mm-hmm. So that was good. And then 14, they did their coaches, until Dan was about to lose Danielle, and then they were like, oh no, we're calling it off.
We can't get rid of Dan.
They were like, oh look, reset button.
It's a white guy, we gotta save him.
Yeah, so everyone hit it except for Boogie. And then Davon, Nicole, Frank, and James, when they came back, they all had teams also, and they also had a similar thing of like, if your team won HOH, it was the same thing with 11. And then we have 19 with the Paul friendship bracelets, and of course America votes him.
They gave him so much. They helped him out so much in the beginning. Although apparently he didn't need it because it was like a cult, and they followed everything he said.
Also,
anyway.
The whole thing of like, oh, if one of you presses the button, someone will be evicted tonight, and some all-star will come back. Like, obviously, someone's gonna take the money. It's $75,000. That's more than. Or was it 25,000?
I don't know.
It was
enough
a lot
to really make you go.
25,000 is America's favorite player.
So,
like, you could have been evicted the next day and gone home with more money than everyone else.
Yeah.
For the most part, besides the winner in the second place. But
it was a duh.
But coming into this, since it's all stars, they should have known that Janelle and Kaser were the fan favorites.
Let's take it lightly. All stars,
Well, they're all returning players.
Returnees. This is a
They should have
reunion.
known Janelle and Kaser were going to be fan favorites, and they should have had some type of opportunity for them to save themselves, which they did.
They gave them
but
that's where the safety suite comes in.
While they didn't go home the first week, which they probably would have.
They were going to be up, so Janelle was definitely going to go home because she's the number one target.
The one thing I will say with Kaser and Janelle is that because of the ambiguity of the safety suite and, like, the details not really being known, they both swiped their fucking cards and wasted their thing.
That was a mistake on their part. It should have only been one, or waited to see, okay, we want to guarantee one of us wins it because we're going to save the other. If other people play, we can't guarantee that. So we both have to play. And they did it right at the end, so it's like they should have waited and been like, okay, no one else is going to play. Only one of us is going to go save this for next week or the week after, because it was the first 3 weeks. No one else is going to stick their neck out for them because they're all a bunch of...
Oh, so we can talk about pre-alliances now.
So
Originally, Derek set up, I believe it was Cody.
We're pretty sure. It's
Cody, Nicole, Memphis, and Danny had, or I don't even know if Danny was included, but whether or not
Danny included herself.
She included herself into that.
She was like, Nicole, we're friends.
Janelle had obviously talked with people, but it wasn't like immediately going into the house and we already have an alliance.
No, she was too busy with her real life for that.
So Memphis, Cody, Nicole, and Tyler all had pregame stuff set up by
Derek and Dan.
Mostly
Derek, I think.
Mostly Derek.
I don't know. That's the rumor that seems pretty... Where there's smoke, there's typically some fire.
So that was annoying, and the fact that Cody won
obvious.
and he was a part of the core alliance or whatever the fuck they're called made me irritated. But of course we didn't know. We only knew rumors at this point.
But it became pretty clear.
It became clear after week 1, like, okay, it's clearly something.
Hey, Kiki.
So Cody immediately was like, oh, Kaser won safety suite and saved Janelle. Who am I going to nominate? Oh, I'm going to nominate 2 stupid people that make no sense.
I'm going to nominate Kevin because I don't even talk to him and who cares. And I probably didn't watch the season, so I don't know him. Keisha, I definitely don't know her, but I can tell that Janelle likes her, so then Janelle and Kaser like her. So she got to go because that's their only other ally, and we can't be having
and
that.
He was because he's like midline of like the OG and the new season. He was the transition season, in my opinion.
God, yeah, 100%.
So him targeting four OGs,
was him,
but then partnering with Memphis. It's like, so it's not about the OGs. It's about the fact that you were set up with Memphis.
Yeah, I think so.
And now you're attacking everyone who was attached to Janelle.
Yeah, so basically he nominated Kevin and Keisha. Safety suite Kaser won, so he saved Janelle.
And then Enzo won the power veto, random win.
And he's been feeling good, girl. He's been feeling good.
He won 3 competitions now.
Of course, because Janelle and Kaser wanted to keep Keisha.
They were pushing hard for it, which meant everyone else wanted to do the exact opposite, which was frustrating, but I can understand.
And also it's like, and Keisha was like doing the old school thing where she's like, oh, I haven't even like, Trevor, I like him, I don't know what's going on. And so I'm not
She's
even
like,
gonna
try. Taylor, that
and
kid.
It's just like, girl, where is season 10 Keisha? Like, at least turn up on the way out. She said a little something, but she didn't say much. So then we go to week 2. And
That's
we're
really
like, we don't have much faith, but
so
let's see
then
something.
Memphis immediately after voting out Keisha wins HOH and decides, oh, I'm going to go after maybe some big target like David and some big target like Nicole Anthony.
And apparently it turned into a cry fest because no one remembers season 10 Memphis, and he has not changed. He's a male Sagittarius, and he's kind of a dick. And
Memphis absolutely would have done some shit like this had he won HOH.
It's not that deep.
Had he won HOH in season 10, same shit would have gone down, but he only won power vetoes.
So he didn't have a chance, but come on.
So safety suite,
get over it.
Safety suite is played. Christmas wins. Also this week, Memphis tried to convince everyone to throw.
Play. Yeah.
Or not throw, but to waste their safety suite spot.
Because he wanted it to be a guarantee for the next week for him just in case.
But here's the shady thing that no one seemed to really pick up on except for, I believe, like Kevin and Ian maybe, or I think maybe Nicole A too, when she was out of the house. But Memphis asked Nicole A to throw it and like everyone else, but then Danny, Tyler, like they weren't playing either. So it's like, why aren't they playing? They're clearly an alliance.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious, but for some reason...
No one noticed because they're stupid.
I guess it's different when you're in there, but I mean, even like on live feeds when you watch stuff, like it's just like, look at the way she's like, if someone was standing here talking to me like this, I would fucking get it. But like I said, I'm not in there. I have never been in there, so I wouldn't know.
So
but
Christmas ended up winning Safety Suite very fast time, and so of course she was like, I'm a competition beast. Whatever.
Janelle won how many 9 in one season? That's like nothing.
Okay,
I'm so amazing.
The only competition she won in Big Brother, mind you, was one HOH, and that HOH was thrown to her when she had a broken leg, and it was about the running.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Literally everyone threw it to Christmas, and Paul was like, oh my god, these people are so stupid, and everyone's like, oh, we're so smart, we're throwing it to Christmas, and Paul was just like, you guys are stupid.
It was the moment.
So
so she's feeling good. She's feeling high
and she saved Ian and Memphis got pissed off. But like Memphis was doing this weird telephone game with the Alliance, so it didn't really work out. So Christmas saved Ian, and Memphis was like, "What was that?" Christmas was like, "Well, I mean, we didn't really talk about it."
So then here's where it really gets interesting. Janelle and Kaser took a liking to Nicole A because of her prior season and the bullying that she dealt with.
And she was also being very open with them.
And she was. And
they were being open with her.
They're actually genuine people. They're older. They have kids. Like, it's just a whole different realm of human. And so they were taking her under their wing, and they were really on, like, you could see it on the live feeds. You could see it in the DRs. You could see it on TV. They honestly cared for her. They honestly wanted to work with her.
They didn't talk any bad words about her at all.
Even really after she left.
So then
Kevin comes in.
Nicole A and Kevin have been talking with Davon, like, and then it started like kind of the first, like, honestly the first night, because I remember Davon, Kevin and Nicole A talking and being like, yeah, something's going on. It was like the first week with like Keisha and
because Kevin was butthurt because he is a very needy Eeyore person, and Janelle and Kaser just kind of can come off wrong, especially
they both are very.
But Janelle she's just kind of cold, and she's not gonna for you. So he was like, she doesn't like me, she's mean, and then because he was on the block next to Keisha and they were fighting for Keisha, in his mind, they hate me, they wanted me out. It wasn't really about him.
And he started talking
but that's fine.
Crap about.
He started joining in with Danny and Franzel and being like, she's the worst, and it was just so dramatic and over the top and stupid.
So Memphis wins power veto, and then obviously doesn't use it. But obviously they teased the idea of like, oh, maybe backdoor someone like Ian, but of course no one was going to do that. And also Ian was safe.
Couldn't be done. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They don't play. They play scared.
The whole week, another week of the nominee not knowing what to do when they're on the block. Keisha, the first week, didn't know what to do, was having Janelle and Kaser going around for her instead of her herself, because she just never was in that type of situation before, and she just didn't know what to do. And then being so long, she felt like she didn't have a chance. I can understand, but she still should have showed up to play.
Yeah, she didn't try enough,
and
it was a little disappointing, but she was also
and then she ruined Janelle and Kaser's chance of staying longer because she was sticking out. She wasn't sticking out her neck. It was having Janelle and Kaser stick out their necks for her, which obviously put a bigger target on them when they were the only two trying to save.
You mean the only two trying to actually play the game?
Yeah.
Weird, I know.
Like Memphis was like,
years.
Memphis was like, I'm not down with keeping Keisha if I'm going to be a target. So
he's like, she cool, but like we never even hooked up in the house, so like it's not that deep.
In the house, but I'm pretty sure they did.
I know, I'm just kidding.
But
I'm totally joking.
So then Nicole A, the whole week, instead of campaigning for herself, is slandering Janelle and Kaser, saying it's a conspiracy that she's nominated and that her and Memphis have a deal and like all of this shit.
And that Janelle and then Kaser, they just want to make fun of me. And
in the same conversations,
pretty much put in her head by Kevin and her past trauma from the season before that she has not worked out.
Janelle is literally campaigning for Nicole while Nicole's in the backyard talking shit about Janelle.
Janelle cried, people. This girl probably didn't even cry.
I don't think she's ever cried.
Any of her children. She's never cried on TV.
I don't think she's ever cried in a Big
She
Brother
cried.
show.
Kaser was like mad confused.
And it's like, week 2 also. It's not like a big.
Is she okay? She explained it later in an interview, basically saying like, I was just very upset coming from like a motherly standpoint, and just that she really thought that I was not disingenuous to her, and that it wasn't real, and it was so frustrating for her because she was really coming from a genuine place, and she just couldn't win. Hey, she couldn't win that whole time in there, but she still stayed winning.
The vindictiveness and like the hate that Nicole A just had was fueled by Kevin and fueled by people like Danny.
The point of like she wanted to call a meeting.
She was gonna call a house.
And she was gonna blow her up.
she said she was going to call a house meeting. She never would have. And if she did, she would have looked
It
probably
been
more
a
ridiculous
mess.
than Marcellus not
it.
using the veto on himself or Lawan getting himself evicted.
I can't. But yes.
So then moving on.
Oh, God.
So Nicole
So then-
A is evicted.
So we can bring up Danny and Franzel.
Or no, we should wait until this week.
Okay,
With
well.
Janelle and Kaser.
Anyways.
So Tyler wins head of household, and
Well, so Nicole A was evicted. So then we go into week 3, and Tyler wins head of household.
Wait, also the everyone voted to evict Keisha, and then Enzo voted to evict David to cast a hinky vote to like test the waters.
It didn't really do much.
Do much, but that set a precedent for what happened later.
Let's do it again.
So Tyler wins head of household. Which I was initially like, all right, cool.
It was the
like,
same as the Cody thing for me. At first, I was like, not the best. I guess it's not the worst.
And then he was
so
just
great.
talking about nominating Janelle and Kaser the whole time, and we were like, okay.
Well, there goes the whole season. Throw the whole season out.
So Safety Suite is played. Enzo ends up winning. So second competition. So
Enzo's
he's really feeling
himself.
He saves Christmas Joy because
He wants to pull her in somehow. He doesn't feel like he felt like he needed a girl on his side.
But
for
this looking back on it now was a smart move. It was a smart move for himself to like make a bridge with Christmas.
It was something that shouldn't shake up the waters too much, except for the fact that Davon really wanted a punishment and really wanted to be picked and like really pushed for that, and it made people upset because they want to just frame, whatever. So that was the only issue that he kind of went against that when she asked, and they were supposedly friends, and then he went and picked Christmas.
Well, it was
kind
more
of upsetting for Davon and anyone on her side because it just didn't make sense. Because why? It doesn't matter. We're getting rid of Janelle. And
it was more about
cares.
Davon wanting to be safe, but she was using the scapegoat of, I want a punishment, I want to like be involved in whatever, and it just came off really like
it came off wrong,
bad.
And then he didn't go with it, so then it just got really wrong and weird. It just did not work out for anyone but Christmas, I guess.
So Janelle and Kaser are nominated, no surprise. So the really only hope is the veto, but then of course, literally Memphis, Cody, and Bailey ended up getting picked for the veto along with Janelle, Kaser, and Tyler. So obviously odds are stacked against them.
Stacked against them again, and
they're both evicted first, I believe. Right?
They're 40. So
they were both first evicted because Kaser lost against Tyler and Janelle lost against Memphis.
Oh, and then everyone thought Memphis was throwing it when we all saw his DR, and we know he just really.
Knew he just really, but
it did look like
it. It looked
he really
so horrible.
But he still won though, so it was kind of like he didn't. But anyways, they're haters and they're gonna cling on to anything, and that is Danny and Nicole, and they just.
Anything that they can use as an excuse to nominate them. So
to
Cody ends up
winning. People that they're working with that they don't really want to work with that they think they want to get out.
Yeah, Cody ends up winning. Obviously, doesn't even consider using it, and Janelle ends up getting evicted. Obviously. However,
but we're all like,
Janelle was doing a lot of work, and Kaser was sitting back.
Give the fuck up.
She was going up until the eviction.
Even though we all knew that this pre-alliance core was on a Janelle could have offered all her children, all her money.
She could have offered every HOH that she won, every POV.
She could have been like, I will walk out the door 10 minutes later, don't evict me, but I'll still leave. And they've been like, nah, man, we ain't gonna do it. Mm-hmm. There was nothing she could do. She didn't know it because she didn't understand where Memphis was really at. She didn't understand really where Danny was at. And Christmas.
So she was trusting.
And those were her mistakes, but Memphis the most.
She was trusting of the wrong people.
Oh my God.
She was trusting of the wrong people. She was telling Danny information from the very beginning, and it wasn't until a little bit later that she kind of ended up realizing she wasn't trusting her.
It wasn't the best thing, but she still didn't get it until she's been out, and now she really knows.
And then also the fact that she told Memphis, and Kaser made the same mistake of telling Memphis about an alliance that Memphis is in. Which obviously Janelle didn't know, but that was a huge mistake because then obviously Memphis relayed that to everyone else.
And they were like, we already don't want her now. It ain't happening.
That's solidifying that she's out.
She gotta go.
So, first the have-not picks. Nicole was a have-not the previous week, and she said she was trying to think of something funny and cute to say, and it came off super she was scared to say it. She almost looked like she wanted to barf after she said it. She was like, well, I'm going to pick someone who can't keep my name out of their mouth. So Janelle.
And Janelle was like,
okay, whatever, Nicole. I guess that was a moment for you.
And then Nicole was sitting there talking to Davon, and whoever else would listen was like, I didn't even plan it. Like, I didn't even.
She was like, I literally just like word vomited.
Oh my god! And then Janelle was just like, I'm done.
She said,
like, sit down.
She said, whiny, whiny, whiny to Nicole.
And then, but she
also called her a bitch. I believe.
She said, stop, just stop, like just stop, even just let it go. Like, don't even try to, make yourself look better or victimize yourself. Like, just let it go. Let it the fuck go before Janelle at 26, 27 comes out and has to, like, go brawl with you like she did with Bo. Like, she's like, no, I'm a mom. I don't have time for this.
So,
and Nicole was like, no, I mean, like, I was gonna, like, pick you, but, like, I didn't think I was gonna say it like that. Like, she couldn't even, and then Janelle said something about, like, bitch or whatever, and she's so mean.
She called her, mean. She literally was complaining to Danny and Kevin, saying, like, she called me the B word. Like, I hope they don't air that.
There's a lot of worse things that you can, should, and will be called, and probably have. Future Karen, already a Karen. Ain't nobody got time for you.
Also, we have to talk about the jealousy that was occurring already with Danny and Nicole F. and Cody.
Yeah, Cody's just mad because he can't get in her pants. He loves a married woman. And
that's why he's so attached to
everyone
Danny.
Loves Janelle. And he's scared of a dominant woman like that. And he can't do anything about it. He can't even flirt with her. He ain't got... Nah, he was like, she gotta go.
So, Janelle ends up...
And she believes in wearing masks. She gotta go.
Oh, yeah. COVID Cody.
Yeah, COVID Cody.
But basically, Danielle had approached Cody earlier in the week saying they were going to cast 2 votes against Kaser to pin on Bailey and Davon so that they could be easy targets for next week.
Because they've slowly been planting the seeds to
that Bailey and Davon need to go. And it's mainly because of Davon, because Cody, Enzo, and Danny don't trust her because she's fact-checking and, like, going around doing too much, I guess. Which she really isn't.
She isn't doing.
She really isn't doing that
much less than I even kind of want her to, but it's fine. And then it's just honestly, they don't. I mean, they've already turned on Christmas too. Like, let's be real, they don't want any other females in the house.
They're not going to now.
No. Oh, now they're like
HOH. They're gonna be like, oh, like
you're
what's in
our
your
girl. You are our girl, Christmas. Yeah. I would run my baby daddy over too.
I'll break my foot for you. I'll
Screw it. You could give me a handy. Just kidding. What? I don't know.
So Danny approaches Cody. Cody is like, bitch, I'm not doing that. And then Danny was like, no. Danny was like, why? Like, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, they've been beefing a little bit.
And like, this was like a big like moment for Danny and Cody that were disagreeing, because then it also came up later. So then Danny approached Enzo and I guess got Enzo to do it. So they both casted votes against Kaser, and obviously everyone assumed it had to have been Bailey and Kevin or Bailey and Davon. So
except for Cody, who was like,
who were those hinky votes? And he was like, was it you, Danny?
No.
Like, he's so stupid.
Oh my god, she couldn't even lie.
Here's the thing. Watching Cody on live feeds is like watching like a cow that doesn't know how to walk. Like, it's literally so ridiculous, because his version of playing dumb is like, wait, are you serious?
You mean Cody or Danny?
No, Cody, 100%. Oh, Cody's like, wait, no way. Because Bailey was telling Cody information he already knew, and the way he was playing off was like, what? No way. Are you freaking kidding me, Bailey? Girl, like, no.
He was like, bitch.
And then right afterwards he was like, oh yeah, Enzo, I played it off so good. I was like, I don't even know what she's talking about.
I know, bro, yo, yeah.
And then immediately after, also Bailey was telling Davon he acted completely dumb and acted like I didn't know what I was talking about, even though I knew he knew information that I just said.
Yeah, didn't even hit.
So the votes get casted. We also
had the first wall yeller.
Oh yeah.
And that was apparently didn't really work in Janelle's favor, because it was basically like saying like,
it was
what the rest of the world is basically saying is like, CBS, this is under the scope of a reality show and not a game show.
Throw in anything that you want to.
You can do a reset button, a coup d'etat. You can give friendship bracelets. We freaking just want at least 2 more weeks, a week, something more of Jace, or at least Janelle. Something.
We wanted them to at least make jury so we could see them on the show till finale, instead of just getting them evicted pre-jury.
We wanted more than like just a little taste. We just wanted a little bit, because it's been like 15 years. We didn't think it would happen. We were shocked.
Especially Janelle and Kaser together.
Yeah, we just wanted that for a minute. We knew better than to expect that it could really do the long haul. especially with whoever else they put in that house at this point, for sure, no.
So
but like
Janelle
they just couldn't do it. So it kind of worked against Janelle because they were like, oh, we already want her out. Now there's people yelling about her. We know she'll definitely get America's favorite, which she would get without a yeller, without whatever. She would get.
She's going to be the earliest person evicted to win America's favorite player because I'm pretty sure
I will vote 1,000 million bajillion times under false aliases.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Because if Janelle wasn't on season 6 and season 7, Kaser absolutely would have taken home America's favorite player.
Oh, yeah.
Both
He
times.
got voted in right after 9/11 when they could have voted back in a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
A firefighter, family man. This is America. We just went through 9/11, and they voted him back into the house. America. That's some next level. Like, yeah.
So.
You know.
Then there was also a petition, or we kind of talked about that, but like a lot of the fans were just upset that Janelle was going to.
We just wanted.
We knew
CBS
Janelle was going
to
be evicted over Kaser.
We said, what is her name? Allison Grodner.
Allison Grodner.
That bitch. I mean, hi, sweetie. Cast me on your show. Cast us together.
But if you aren't going to cast us,
but if you're not, like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like,
you need to quit.
You need to pick it up. Like,
let Moonves become producer.
Because she fangirled over Janelle.
She feels herself on the show now.
And she fangirls Janelle and Kaser, and she knows what's up. She's more of an old school real fan. I mean, she's been there the whole time, but like, definitely, for sure. Like, she's not really with the new people like that. And you can tell she can't even hide it that well.
Yeah, you can tell also because the longer interviews have been with
and
the Janelles and the Kasers.
She was like, I just want to give Janelle a hug. I just want to touch her. She's so great.
So then we go to Janelle's evicted.
This most previous week that we just went through.
So Enzo wins head of household. It looked like Kaser was going to be close.
It was close.
Kaser was going to win.
And it was like, it still probably wouldn't have done much. He might have gotten
another week, and he would have been evicted this week.
Yeah,
probably.
we knew that, and he knew that, and well, except for now, the new twist, maybe he wouldn't have. But like, we kind of knew like it was dead man walking regardless. But we wanted to have some fun with it. We wanted to like. And I know that as much as he's in there for other reasons and whatever, like, at the end of the day, he wanted to feel more decent about himself besides winning a safety suite against Janelle. He wanted to feel like he did something. Janelle didn't get to do it. Like, I'll do it for both of us. Give me something. An HOH or something.
So Enzo ends up winning, and of course he's, I'm going after the biggest targets in the house. I don't care.
I'm after blood, yo.
Yo, this is All-Stars, man.
Yo.
This is All-Stars. So he nominates Kevin and Kaser.
We're like,
oh, didn't see that one coming. So
shocker.
Kevin and Kaser are nominated, and then Kevin wins Power Veto, and he's like, "Oh my god, like I'm so happy I won." I'm like, "You weren't even going. If you were up there by yourself, you wouldn't have been going." Like,
no, because you're gonna be a perpetual pawn.
The Spencer, the Victoria.
Unless you actually do something and like speak up and piss like Danny off.
He could be a Johnny Mac, where they nominate him and then he wins Power Veto and then they backdoor someone. He could be a situation like that.
That's about it.
Because he honestly isn't doing that bad in competitions.
Well, I just can't even talk about him.
Yeah, Kevin's just kind of annoying. It
hurts my soul.
Because he thinks his reads on the house are so good.
He's just recently slightly gotten on.
And he thinks that he's still on. Like, he doesn't... And, like, it's different with, like, Davon, Bailey.
I think it, like, muffles his vision. I don't know what it is, but, he's
shed the skin.
confused.
Davon and Bailey and Ian have had the best reads on the house so far.
Okay.
Even Christmas to a
Janelle
certain
and Kaser
extent.
had the best reads.
That's because they knew. They knew pre-alliance stuff, and apparently everyone else just didn't know.
No, they had to have known a little bit. I'm sorry. Bailey's been on the challenge now, too. Like, she's been around the block with reality TV for a minute. She has a fucking idea. Mm-hmm. She's
But I mean, Janelle literally heard directly from Dan.
Yeah.
Who heard directly from Derek.
She has confirmation.
So.
And she doesn't even care to spill the tea, girl. Yeah. She's too busy cooking dinner for her family and having Cardi B repost her daughter dancing to WAP. Like, Danny who? Dethrone who? I'm sorry. Does like
Danny's
the biggest female
private.
rapper in the game even care about you? And your daughter that's named after a state? Why aren't you and Memphis best friends?
Oh my god, I just realized that.
That part.
I like Memphis way better than Tennessee.
You're the only 10 I see.
3 syllables in name.
And, like, you notice she wears a bunch of Tennessee clothes. Like, what I want to know is, like, was she conceived there? Do you have family members there? Because Danny was raised in Southern California.
And Dominic is from San Mateo, California. So, like,
is he disappointing? Very disappointing.
I like Dominic. I don't like Danny, though.
Listen, he's married to her, so by default, not so much.
I like Danny before, though.
I like Danny before this season.
I don't know what the fuck happened to her when she went into the house, but she was just like...
It was even before. It was whenever she formed a friendship with Nicole F.
That was really annoying.
When the problem started.
She literally was talking shit about Nicole F. the first week with Janelle. And then she
all
saw Nicole
lie.
F had the deal with Cody Memphis,
that too,
and
but
was like,
they are actually friends outside the house.
But so are Janelle and Nicole, and Janelle and Danny.
But Nicole, okay, so
no, Nicole F and Danielle.
Okay, so Janelle said
no. Danny and Nicole
didn't see
F.
This interview.
Danny and Nicole F were not that close before they went into the house.
Well, I'm not totally surprised, but supposedly they were, because apparently before Brittany and Janelle and Nicole and Victor and then, you know, Rachel and Alyssa all went on The Amazing Race at the same time.
Was that last year or 2 years ago?
It was like a year ago, I think. It was
because it was very recent. Because they were Victor and Nicole were together.
Starting to watch it because I just need to see me some Janelle and some Rachel. So you know that's life. But seeing Nicole is just very hard for me. But you know, we get through what we have to get through.
I know why. Rachel and Alyssa iconic, Janelle and Brittany iconic, and then Nicole and Victor.
I was like, could we get like a?
I would have taken Dominic and Danielle over them.
Thank you. I would have taken
Jeff and Jordan over them.
Thank you.
I think they already were on The Amazing Race.
I'm sure, but do it again. It was Rachel's third time on the show.
True. She didn't shave her head the first time. She's like, I can't shave my head. Brendan's like, we will win if you shave your head. And she's like, no. And then she lost. I love Rachel so much.
She's life, and she's life to Janelle.
I've always loved Rachel.
And me too. From jump, I was like, ooh, it's like a Janelle 2.0.
But like
it's like a redhead Janelle, but like more spicy at the mouth and
a lot more drama.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Janelle would bring attract drama, but Rachel would bring her own drama.
Floaters, go to Life Fest. Mm-hmm. Anyways,
her goodbye messages in season 12. Literally, like, Kristen, you are the definition of the word bitch. You try to get in between me and my man. Ooh. Oh my god, the me and my man.
Franzel could have never been in a Big Brother house with her.
Nicole would have cried.
Beautiful. She would have cried. I mean, she already cries like every night.
She would have cried opening
would have cried. But she would have cried in quarantine before going in.
She would have been like, it's so hard being out without Victor.
I can't. Anyways.
She's like, there's other men in the house? Oh no, what am I gonna do? I can't sleep with any of them.
A couple guys tries.
And she's like, Bailey knows I'm sensitive about that. And I'm like, Bailey doesn't fucking know you. Like,
she didn't know that. No one knows that.
How nice that you think Bailey watched your season.
Because she definitely didn't. She definitely was.
She knew that you won, that was it.
She really didn't know Big Brother.
No.
She's probably my favorite person that didn't know Big Brother. So from the most previous
because
seasons.
She actually took the opportunity to like try and play a good game, and it wasn't just about being there for followers.
Yeah. No.
And she just ended up getting screwed. But
yeah, it was whatever. But okay, so basically what happened is that when she was found out she was gonna go on it, Danny was like, so you're going on the race? And like texted Janelle, and Janelle was like, yeah, I am. And she was like, well, Nicole hates you.
Really? I didn't know
And
that.
Janelle was like, why? And she said, you didn't treat her right at the charity event. And she said that, like, you were not good to her and you're just mean or whatever. Like,
so, sidetrack real quick. So, Janelle and Nicole F were roommates. Roommates at some type of event, and she wasn't really hanging out with Nicole F. They were just rooming together, and Nicole F took that as...
She said she tried to be nice to her, but she
wasn't going to hang out with her and, like, be friends.
That's just not Janelle's personality anyways. She's not going to, like, for someone, and at her age now, no.
You're just roommates.
And she said that she just, like, connected more with...
other people.
Like Amanda.
Stronger women than Nicole.
100%. Not victimized. It's just not... They're just totally different people.
I mean, Amanda victimized herself, but like kind of like Vanessa.
Yeah, it was so different. Oh, that was another person Janelle said she wished was in the house.
Vanessa?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She was like, I just wanted some stronger women, and I wanted to work with them. And even though, you know, technically... From her experience on her other seasons, she really didn't work with women. She mostly worked with men. Mm-hmm. But that was just sort of how it worked out.
It wasn't like she
wasn't
targeted...
anti-women. Like, the thing is the whole thing with Danny and Nicole in the house is partially
they're
scared
super
of her,
anti-women, and
they're
like...
very jealous, very scared, very insecure, and it was so personal. the way that they spoke about Janelle was and Kaser or whatever was very personal. It wasn't even game, and so that's why it was just like a whole other level of like this distaste in America's Now.
To be fair, Janelle did too, but she had every right to.
After though, it was like so after.
She didn't start doing it. Nicole and Danny literally were doing it like week 1, and Janelle was like completely in the dark until week 3 and week 4 when she was like, I will gladly start talking shit about them.
She was like, I'm done. I'm done. But yeah, so basically that happened, and so she was like really surprised, and then Brittany told her, you know, Danny and Nicole are best friends. Like they'll tell each other everything. And so Janelle
why did Danny text Janelle that then?
Because Danny's messy.
She is.
She's messy. She's messy McMessingtons. I guess that's what happens when you hit your like late 30s and you've only had one child and you named her Tennessee. Mm-hmm. That part. Anyways, yeah. So.
Oh, can we also mention the annoyingness of Danielle when anyone mentioned anything of season 8? When they were talking about like best players, best seasons, best
like,
whatever.
I love
Keisha literally went, I'm sorry, Danielle, but I love season 8. And Danielle was like,
she's like, I even bought Janelle's dress and I lost.
She made her hair blonde because she's not a natural blonde.
Yeah, but she's gone back and forth with that.
But she's not a natural blonde. Her natural hair is like light brown brunette.
Yeah, no. But she's from Southern California, so she wanted to be blonde.
She wanted to be Janelle.
You are Janelle.
The original I am Janelle.
Are Janelle. Anyways.
So back to the week, or no, you can finish out the...
Yeah, so basically Janelle was just like, she went into it knowing now that, okay, I guess I didn't do anything, but Nicole hates me, and there's this whole thing that sucks. But she's still like, they tried to have a Big Brother alliance, and Nicole turned on Rachel first, and it was this whole thing.
Completely
and Rachel was not having
irrelevant and unnecessary because it fucked up both of their games.
It was dumb. It was a dumb moment, and she would like played victim. I just like, oh my god, la, 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 la. And it was, and then it was so stupid. And so then after that, like Janelle was like, I'm done. But then even going to the house, she was like, obviously we don't like each other, but we have to be here. She wasn't even initially targeting her like that. Like Janelle wasn't. Like she was just like, I'm sorry, but like, she's just not, like, it's not a big deal. Like, we don't care. Like, without Derek and Dan, like, setting her up, honestly, and her being friends with Danny, like, she'd be in, like, a Kevin position. Mm-hmm. So she might be, like, good in a way, but, like, I'm sorry. The win, she didn't deserve. Even if you want to say she deserved the win that she got, it was a season of, like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Here's what I say.
You didn't do much, sweetheart. You didn't really earn it. It's not that impressive. You're a winner, and people still put Janelle as a queen above you. She never won. Danny has made final 2.
And then got evicted, like, second into jury.
Right? And it's like, but you've literally made it farther than Janelle. And you're still not considered as good as her. And you're still insecure about it, too. It's like, even if you're not considered it, it's like, technically in your mind, you can go, well, I've done better. Like, Nicole can be like, well, I've won. She's never won. No, they're so insecure that they can even do better but Andy's and won. Still not be able... Okay.
Adam from season 9 won.
Okay, season 9. Season 9 might be better than this season.
It has more drama. And it doesn't have... this season hasn't had a hypoglycemic pass out yet.
But Nicole is very low on potassium.
Nicole,
I don't know what her problem is, but she's like crying.
There could be an Amanda situation.
And things are getting intense.
Literally, everyone was making fun of her for crying the first week. They were like, why is she crying? And like, she apparently like...
She just needs to clean out the passages.
She's such a needy person and such a victim. But anyway.
But hey, that victim... White girl privilege is loved by producers, apparently. Mm-hmm. So, there's that part.
So, Kevin and Casey are nominated. Kevin wins. David apparently threw it, according to Cody, when he didn't.
Because he really thought he needed it. He kind of does, but he really didn't.
He really didn't. It wasn't even on, like an easy part. It was like they were spreading out the strings really far, and David just slipped. And they were like, oh, he threw it. I'm like... Okay, whatever.
That's just another, let's target the minority. Mm-hmm. Well, he's also been
dumb, so I don't care if he goes. But
so then there was also 2 more wall yellers, so now that's 3 total.
So the first wall yeller, I believe, was the one that said Nicole and Cody are playing everyone. That's what the first one said.
I thought it was something about Janelle.
That's what they said. They were like, oh, it's definitely Janelle. Like, saying something, or that's this week.
My
this
thing
week
is,
they said,
where's America's vote?
Yeah.
Where's a reset button?
Have an America's player, like, something to get this interesting.
It
like,
just
there's nothing going on.
There's so many mistakes, and the fact that we have social media so rampant and everyone's home and everyone was so happy and so excited and is very disappointed, it just makes you go, wow. CBS and production really either doesn't have a good read, they're a Kevin, they're not reading their Twitter, or they're just, they don't care.
You know what?
They don't
you know
care.
what would have been funny? Had they done America's Player the week of Janelle, no one would have accepted it because they knew America would be voting and they would have to vote to keep Janelle. So no one was going to accept it anyway, even if America voted Davon or Bailey or someone who would for sure keep Janelle in anonymity, not in public. She wouldn't be like, no, we're going to keep Janelle. She would have done it behind the scenes. That's the thing that we're irritated with, is the people who say that they want to keep someone, but then they don't. Or
and
like,
I get it, and they've done that
and it's
all
because
the time,
of what happened
real different.
It's because of what happened
seasons.
with Keisha in the first week. Now no one's going to be sticking out their neck for anyone. And Keisha wasn't even like supposed to be the one going, really.
I think it was
like
kind
the
of
house
like
was like Kevin
more
first.
Kevin, and then
she just
pulled,
wasn't.
He
she
pulled
wasn't
Nicole
campaigning.
F and cried, and
Cody.
then Janelle was like, "I like Keisha," so the house was like, "Oh, she's gotta go." So they were like, "We can't get her. We can't get her little sidekick. We're gonna get that other girl that she says she kind of likes."
Kevin literally almost won power of veto, and they still were like, "No, Keisha, she's more dangerous because she's attached to Janelle." So,
anyways,
then Kevin wins, and Kaser ended up getting evicted. But first, before he did that, he stood up and gave a speech. No. First we had
Christmas.
First we had Halloween.
Leg day.
Get up with her spooky ass.
Whatever
you
want to call her.
Say this dumbass speech. She was stumbling over her words. She was scared as hell.
She wanted to do that. She'd been
practicing
that.
She was like, make sure you go in there and vote Christmas joy to stay. And everyone was like, okay, sit down.
They're like, I mean, you were staying anyway.
And then Kaser started talking. They were like, actually, Christmas, get back up and start talking again.
And Cody was like, oh, and Danny was.
Because immediately.
And Nicole F was like, I'm going to cry.
Because originally we were like, oh, Kaser's going to be classy like Janelle. And he's not going to give these people the time
and he
of day.
still was like,
and
as classy as you could do it. And I'm going to be honest. So part of me was like, I want them both to go at it, whatever. But then at the same time, I was like, okay, one, Kaser's thing and Janelle's thing, I think was maybe there's a battle back. Because there should have been, and whatever. So I'm not gonna kill my game.
If there's a jury battle, like someone
There'll be something.
Someone like Christmas comes back in the game, or someone like Enzo.
We'll get into that part, but it's like, so then they were like, okay, I'm not gonna do it on that part, and then I think also like they were just sort of over it, but then at the end it was like they were all finally. Okay, so Ian had a realization, aka the wall yeller, confirmed.
It was more confirmation because he had the idea mentioned by Kaser, and he had already been kind of thinking about it
himself. But Janelle and Kaser say anything, we can't go with it. Even if we kind of go with it, we're not going to go with it. Mm-hmm. Even though they were right the whole fucking time and no one listened to them. And so then by that time, like they were like finally got the confirmation, and it was like Kaser's funeral, anyways. And he was like, "Okay, like, why am I gonna? One, there could be a battle back." Probably isn't. Don't think there is. Nah, whatever. But why am I gonna blow up for you guys who were never gonna do anything for me? And at that part, I was kind of. Well, that's how I feel about it. Still, like a little bit. Like I liked it. I'm glad he did something.
I'm glad. I think he did just enough. Not too much more to come off like
crazy
too bad.
Or wrong.
But he called out Cody, Nicole,
he called them all out.
Danny, and Tyler. He said Danny is in a love triangle with Cody and Nicole, which they are.
They are.
And he also, Tyler got the least of it because like his name was mentioned, but that was kind of it. He focused in on Cody, he focused in on Nicole, and he focused in on Danny. So Tyler's in the best position out of those three.
He always is. He's got like a mist.
He has Bailey. He has Bailey, which has Davon. So that happened, and then of course Cody and his I vote to evict pre-jury king Kaser.
Okay.
And Danielle's like, I vote to evict the classless and the rude.
I've never said anything mean, but now I am. The rude.
Two bitchy ass eviction
but like
things. Like
and then
when when Janelle said something and Danielle was like, I vote to evict Kaser. And then Julie was like
oh, no, she's being dumb. I don't know.
No. Like,
it was just,
Danielle, why are you being stupid?
God, it was just like, it's just like disappointment. So then, Who wins HOH?
Oh, yeah. So then, well, first let's talk about the exposure that was happening.
That we like, but now we're not sure we like because of who
now
won, so.
I liked if
I
Davon
liked if it
and
would have
Bailey
started
won.
On day one with some shit
Well,
like that.
okay. Well, we can't talk about the past. We have to focus on now and hope that Davon and Bailey can, like, bring it together with Ian and someone else and turn against
if they can
core.
at least get, like...
Flip Tyler.
Danny...
If they can flip Tyler, they can overpower
And I don't want to hear Tyler crying about how he, you know, Angela's talented and not me, and she doesn't even get recognition. And I'd rather just go home and what I liked about this game and being, you know...
I don't know if that's strategy, because there's not been any talk of that in the diary room.
No, but, like, he, on the feeds, and it seemed pretty genuine, like, he's like, I don't really want to... I'm known for being, like, a liar and a backstabber, and I don't really care about... That's 100%
strategy, then.
Crushing people's... It was just to David. It was only to David.
Tyler knows what he's doing, though.
Yeah, I know he's smart, but, like, I lightway feel like he kind of means it a little bit. Like,
yeah.
he's kind of like...
But he's playing it up, I'm sure,
But
for
it's
David.
like, I feel like, if that is true, then throw your fucking game away, because apparently you don't care. Flip this shit and do fucking something. Mm-hmm. Do something. Do something.
First we had...
Your curls should not go to fucking waste.
So we had Kevin against who in the first round? Kevin and Ian. Ian
which
was
was a huge disappointment for me.
Because I was expecting Ian to just fly through this. So then Kevin immediately goes, ooh, Nicole and Cody, because that thing sketched me out.
No, he didn't say that.
No, he 100% did. He
said, I didn't know. Okay, you guys.
He
played it off like he wasn't
didn't.
doing it.
He said, because that thing sketched me out.
I
remember.
That, but I feel
so
like...
he said something alluding to the fact of what Kaser said. So then immediately... Cody wins, and then he says, okay, Davon and who's the first person?
Memphis.
No, because Memphis ended up winning.
Davon and Bailey. And Bailey went out.
No, because Danny picked Davon and Bailey.
Frick, who was it? It was Davon and Nicole, sorry. She's not there anymore.
Davon and...
Franzel. Kevin.
No, because Franzel was already out. Hang on.
Cody won. He put Davon and Kevin together. Kevin went right back up.
Oh, and then Kevin got out. And then Davon stayed. And then Davon called out... actually, let me pull it up to make sure I'm not missing it.
That's one of my twins crying. He's very upset about everything that's been going on, too. And he's new here. He's only almost not even 9 months. Yeah, and he's already like... CBS. Sweetie, we're confused. We're confused. We don't like it. Yeah, it's not. It's literally this season was like so excited to get people back we didn't have them forever. Didn't think we'd ever get. So excited that they're gonna do an All Stars again. They haven't done one since season 7. This is season 22. Like that's a long time. And now we know why they didn't, because disappointment. But it's just like. Definition of 2020. Like I thought, we're gonna do something good. We're gonna bring it back. It's gonna be great again. And
we'll also talk about some of the stuff that's been going on the feeds since they just came back on. But first, we want to talk about the HOH results, because this I believe is going to be, and it's annoying that the turning point happens after Janelle and Kaser leave.
But we all knew that was gonna happen because no one ever opens up.
100%. Because after they were out, then people are like, oh shit, what are we gonna do now? Now we have to target each other. Mm-hmm. So. Oh wow, a lot has been happening, I guess.
Okay, well, let me grab this one. Come here. You wanna come to mommy? You wanna do a cameo? You wanna be featured? It's okay.
Okay. So Kevin versus Ian. Kevin ended up winning. Mm-hmm. Cody versus Nicole. Cody ended up winning, and he picked Davon and Kevin. Davon ended up winning. Davon picked Memphis and Cody. Memphis won. And then Memphis picked Danny and David, the only person that didn't cause any waves.
That he just kept it.
He was just like,
cute.
He was like, I'm not picking Davon. So, so then...
He's like, I don't want them problems.
Danny won against David. And then Danny drew her line in the sand.
Danny be trying it.
Because Davon
she be trying it and she has no idea how ridiculous and terrible she
Davon
looks.
Technically was the first one to turn on Cody, but like we already knew the Slick Six wasn't a thing, so like they can't say like,
Bailey
oh,
and
she
Davon
turned.
really didn't know that till like right now.
No, they knew.
No, but
After the meeting.
they were still being like loyal.
They're still
to
being
it.
cordial, I guess. But Danny picked Davon and Bailey, which immediately drew a line in the sand. If Danny and Bailey don't completely shut out Danny and try to get her out and like realize what the fuck's going on,
Then
I'm gonna be mad.
Really disappointed. I'm just
it's like
oh.
slapped in their face at this point. Like it's been floating around this whole week that Danny has been trying to get them out, and now she tries to pit them against each other in the HOH. So Davon ends up winning and picks Memphis and Danny. Memphis ends up winning, thank God, and Memphis picks Davon and Tyler, and then Davon ends up winning and picks Christmas and Memphis. Christmas ends up winning the first time, and she doesn't even win. She never didn't
won.
Lose.
She just stood there. She didn't even press the button. The other person pressed it and got it wrong.
Davon and Christmas in the final two, and we're like, oh, bless, Davon might win.
We're like,
and then
it's a pretty good chance, but we'll see.
Davon should have.
But no, what did 2020 say? Don't ever think it can go your way.
Davon pressed the button and was wrong, so Christmas won HOH, and of course everyone was like kissing her ass. So here's been the update so far.
I want to see my son loyal.
Well, here's what's been happening so far. Bailey said to Davon, apparently he, meaning Ian, has run back to Nicole and said, I'm so sorry. I spread all these rumors to Kaser. I thought everyone was against me. Oh, now you gotta
go, Ian, baby.
I told him
sweetie.
that
you gotta
Day
rock,
and Bay wait one second. Were coming for me. He made up a lie that you were the one who told me to do it. And then Bailey to Davon also said, I'm walking through the kitchen and Danny is staring at me, so I just go, hey, I don't know what I did to offend you, but I apologize. She just stares at me and looks at me, stares me up and down. I go to the bathroom, punch the wall, and I cried.
I just don't where does Danny get off? You called me out on my shit. No one's gonna believe you and we're still gonna get you out. But I want to be a bitch about it.
So now I hope Bailey and Davon pop off on Danny.
Give them what they want. Give them what they want.
Danny cried when David called her mean. Like, you really think she can hold... Danny is almost just as emotional as Nicole App. She's just better at hiding it.
Yeah, she's just better at, monotoning it and,
But she's like a bitch to everyone and then wonders why people don't like her.
She should not have came back because
she can't handle
I still liked her. She can't handle it. She's going about it all wrong. She's destroying her reputation for anyone that cared, and it's just, it's not cute. It's not cute.
So Christmas says,
it's really
are you ready to do some savage shit to Tyler?
First of all, she's still not going to. She's literally going to put up Bailey and Davon, which is basically the same as putting Janelle and Kaser. It was predictable.
Tyler said,
everyone
whatever you want to do. Christmas said the obvious place to put up Davon and Bailey. Danny is losing her shit. Tyler said, oh, they are coming for Danny now. Christmas said,
Tyler,
if I go
you're
to
coming
Bay,
for Danny now.
if I go to Bay and Day, we have the alliance, and I have enough friendlies that the next week. Then Tyler said, is that what people are leaning towards, Day and Bay? Christmas said, the only people I've talked to so far, it's not on their radar. Tyler said, if you put up Bay and Day, one of them goes. The one that stays is going to be assuming you and Danny are super tight. Then Christmas said, I personally think unless they win veto, Bailey should go first. Tyler said, I'm fine with that.
Wow.
That might just be to Christmas's face, though.
I mean,
and she's the most vocal, emotionally driven, and a better overall competitor than Davon.
This season,
This season, yeah.
I don't know, I guess.
So then Christmas said, tell me how bizarre the idea is. Put up Bailey or Davon as a pawn, Danny as a pawn, because then I can be like, look, guys, I don't know what's going on. And then the only challenge is if the other one wins veto. So she's saying maybe put up Bailey and Davon, or Danny, or Davon and Danny, and let the house pick.
And either way, she tells them they're both pawns, and no one's really mad at. I mean, that's the smartest. It would be smart for her, and it's the best. It's the smartest for her. Plus,
I just don't want Danny. I don't want Danny and Bailey up there. Davon and Bailey up there together, because I want one of them to make it to jury.
No, but they will.
Hopefully.
Because she's going to talk big game. She's going to talk like she's going to try something different. And she's not. Because they don't anymore. They don't. They haven't since season 15.
Yeah.
They don't.
Tyler said that those two are coming for each other.
That's why I thought OGs might do it. But there weren't enough OGs on the show. And there was too many others putting together some pre-alliances. And it's just very...
So he said those two are coming for each other already. If you put them on the block, it might draw them closer. Then Christmas said... They, meaning Bay and Day, are going to come after me with Danny if I put both of them up, ? Tyler said, yes, that's what I assume. They would assume that you picked Danny's side. So then Tyler said, I feel we should leave people in the game that are coming after each other and not coming after us. And Christmas said, I agree. Tyler's putting in work to make sure Bailey and Davon don't go. Like
he'd much rather have Danny go.
He's playing it off.
He kind of wants Cody to go. He'd work with them, but if he could get somebody else to get him to go, he's down.
Yeah,
he's down.
He loathes Danny right now, but he's playing it off like he doesn't as much to Christmas.
But he doesn't.
So
And
then,
he doesn't really like Cody either.
So then Christmas said, Kaser did all of the shit. Bailey and Davon were in agreement with Kaser to put you up next to Danny to backdoor Cody or to get Danny out. Tyler said, see, they want her out.
Everyone wants her out.
Christmas said, I'm either going to have to expose
Christmas
myself.
and Danny haven't even gotten along. But it's the same of like kiki haha anyways.
So Christmas said, I'm either going to have to expose myself with the alliance or do some weird shady shit. Tyler said, I feel people see Nicole and Cody as a duo, Day and Bay as a duo, and Kevin as a wild card. David is a wild card. Enzo is a wild card also, but we have Enzo. So then Tyler said to Christmas, I think that Bay and Day...
Christmas is Tyler's Casey this season.
Yeah.
As close as that sort of thing can be, it is. That's what it is. And he definitely, if it isn't in Tyler's mind really that way, he wants Christmas to feel that way. And Christmas also just, after this win, she's like Enzo. She's like, I'm big dog. Mm-hmm. Even though she didn't do anything. But that's okay.
Lucas, why are you so upset?
Because I do need to go back to bed. Because he's like, I was born during this
All-Stars.
messed up time. They gave me All-Stars. And I said, Mom, this is going to be some cool SHIT.
And it's not.
And it's not. It's all a lie. And I'm still watching, but I'm very frustrated, and I don't even know what I want anymore. I know what I don't want. I don't even know what I want. I just, yeah. So, that's how I feel about it.
Tyler said, I think Bay and Day,
happy. I don't
Bay
feel
and
like
Day is your best bet. You just have to be prepared for the wrath of Bay. Put her up, go to your room, and lock the door.
Said?
Mm-hmm. She's going to look for somebody to yell at, and her and Danny are going to yell at each other for sure. And then Tyler said, Cody, Nicole, and Danny are all out. They're sweating their asses off. This will make them feel so much better about you. And then Cody and Danny...
But why? They still have her on the outs, and they'll still cut her when they, Okay.
So then Tyler said Cody and Danny are about to fight each other because they are stressed out right now.
Because they can't actually F because they're on camera.
If you do this, they're going to be so thankful.
But why do we want to help them? Why, Tyler?
Know.
Why?
David said the fact that
I think you're a good player. I hate who you choose to play with. So at the end of the day, I don't like your game. I think it's good.
Listen to this
bullshit.
bullshit.
But I don't fucking like you.
I mean, listen to this bull. So David went up to Christmas and said, the fact that you had a so well put together speech. Christmas said that? David. And then Christmas said, thank you for acknowledging that. David said, even Julie was like, wow.
No, she wasn't.
Julie was like,
sit down.
Okay.
Labor Day, sit down.
So when Julie retires,
Kaser has some things to say.
Christmas said, when Julie retires, I want to host Big Brother.
She really won't stop talking about it. It's never going to happen.
She said, I feel like that was my chance for an audition. I don't know if she's serious right now, but if she is,
she's serious.
She should be a comedian.
She's like David delusional with some stuff.
I'm screenshotting this. This is ridiculous.
She is delusional.
So then Enzo said, I don't know who the second nominee is going to be. Kevin said, we need 5. Me, you, Day, Bay. Who can we put up against Danny to make sure they want Danny out? I can't believe Ian is being a P-U-S-S-Y. Well, that was just assumed by Bailey. I don't think it's been confirmed yet.
I think he did.
He might have.
Because he has a schoolboy crush on Nicole F, and he's trying to save his ass. Mm-hmm. So I really believe it. And now, Ian, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Mm-hmm. I am disappointed. You gotta go. You ain't gonna win now. Okay. Listen, we'll be back with more because there's a lot, and we're gonna keep breaking it down because we're frustrated and we're done and we have things we need to say.